Hey guys, Flourish here, back with another one. And this one is for the energy of the new moon in Virgo that is peaking on September 2nd. This new moon is about devotion. You know, when you think about Virgo, you're definitely going to think about the Virgin Mary, and the Virgin Mary is the mother of all, right? So you're going to think about a nurturing energy. You're going to think about a loving energy. And when I say loving, I mean without conditions. Because in today's world, today's society, today's communities, the love is conditional. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this for you, but what are you going to do for me? And we need to really we really need to get out of that habit, and I'm going to call it a habit because it's not real. It's not real. It's really faux. So I'm gonna get into the message now, but I just wanted to give that as the intro. One of my spiritual sisters from my last video, V, you know who you are, she was like, oh, I like how you gave that disclaimer. So this is the disclaimer. We need to really get out of the faux love, and we need to be more authentic with the way we're loving ourselves and loving others. Be of service. Devote oneself. Be grounded in surrendering to the Most High. Quiet and balance the ego. Let spirit use your vessel, your tongue, your hands, your eyes, your feet, that mind, that body, and that soul to do the work of the Most High. See, we have learned ways of being and thinking and feeling that need to be unlearned. As children, our parents taught us not to be followers, to be leaders. But if we think we are leaders and leading ourselves, how can we submit to the Most High? How can we follow the Most High's divine order and the order that has been set on our lives? So now as we reparent ourselves, we must redirect that old lesson and teach ourselves to surrender to the Most High so that we can be devoted to showing up in His image. Donate food to the mother you see struggling financially to nourish her children. You know, we really need to become that community that we always talk of, you know. Amongst us as indigenous people, you guys know who I'm talking about. Amongst us as indigenous people, the conversation is had all the time that we don't stick together, that we don't unite, that we don't, you know, we don't do for one another, right? But it's because of things like surrendering and devoting ourselves. We need to donate. We need to be of service so that we can create that community feel, look that we want. Offer a ride to the neighbor whom has a follow-up appointment that is struggling to travel because of health issues. Do the hair of a young being that is struggling with depression, and you can tell by their appearance because they're usually well kept and put together. But now you see them and you're like, you know, I haven't seen their hair done in a while, the nails, the outfit, or maybe they haven't went and got a haircut, things of that nature. Offer your wisdom or insight to someone who is lost physically, mentally, emotionally. Your kind words just might save their lives. Be of service in flesh form because that is what being spirit-led is all about. And while doing so, give gratitude for the Most High bestowing this gift upon you. You have an obligation to the world to play your part in this movie. Without you, the main character, this movie would be incomplete. So stop denying the world of your enlightenment, your gifts, and your talents. Surrender to that gift you're fearful of or feeling unworthy of. If you were not built for this, if you did not embody this, the strength, if you were not built for this, the Most High would not have bestowed this on you. if you do not embody the strength it takes to fulfill the obligation. So basically what I'm saying is, if the Most High bestowed this specific gift onto you, you have the strength for it. You may not feel that you have the strength for it. You may not think that you have the strength for it. But if it's a gift that you have and you know you have this gift, like you're very aware of it, start using it. And once you use it, then you'll know, you'll have the knowledge, the insight will come to you, the strength will come to you, and before you know it, you'll be looking back like, wow, I can't believe that I really felt I couldn't do this before. Now look at me today. Surrender to that gift you're fearful or feeling unworthy of. If you were not built for this gift, the Most High would not have bestowed it on you. I wanted to say it again. I needed to repeat it again for myself and for you. Accept the challenge with open arms, because your obstacle or challenge is another's reward or prosperity. Something that is challenging to you, right? And you combat it and you overcome it. You've overcome it because there's going to be a story that's told. Remember, I said it's a movie. So it's going to be a story that is going to be told within your life, within your obstacles, within your challenges, to assist someone else, so that maybe, you know, you can kind of give them a cheat sheet. Do not block someone's blessing that is donated through you, your vessel, your hands, your ears, your heart, your tongue, your feet, your mind, your body, and your soul. Get in your warrior stance, but know that spirit is all around you to help you combat whatever, whomever is coming at you or you feel is coming up against you. Because you're the gift. You are the gift. You are the gold. You are the piece to the puzzle. You are the key to the lock. You will heal thyself, and through your healing, you will heal others through being of service. So that's the energy right now of the Virgo new moon. Being of service. Donating your time. Check your ego. Ego is what has us thinking we are not worthy, or the polar opposite of ego. Thinking, you know, arrogantly believing that we are all that and a bag of chips. I'm telling my age by that joke, but shh. But for real though, balance the ego. You will balance your mind, your body, and your soul. And these are examples of what ego looks like. And, you know, I'm not saying that ego can't be a positive thing. It can be. But I want to express to you how ego can be a negative. I am not going to even put in for that promotion. I am not equipped or good enough. That's what our ego will tell us, and that's a lie. Our ego will say, I won't get it in anyway. I won't get it anyway. So we need to, when we hear that verbiage, when we hear those thoughts, those ideas pop into our head, we need to redirect them with a positive affirmation or with some positive words that we say to ourselves so that we could get out of that negative egotistical talk, right? Another polar opposite of the ego is, I'm going for that. I know it all. Without me, where would they be? I'm not going to even apply. They better just offer it to me. See, that is the arrogant aspect of ego, where, you know, we think we know it all. We are all of that. And that is when you see yourself climb up the ladder, because guess what? The confidence is there. The strength is there. The insight is there. The wisdom is there. But there's no love there. There's no love there. So that's when we will fall back down the ladder. Right? Ego. Ego shows up in road rage. Ego shows up in being a pushover, being jealous, being angry, being judgmental, being ashamed. Those are ways that ego show up. So this is what we need to do to positively combat ego. Surrender to the knowing that The knowing that you are unaware of what the person driving, this is in connection with road rage. Surrender to the knowing that you are unaware of what the person driving is going through. So breathe and pray for them. They are spiritual beings having a human experience. Be worthy. This is to positively combat being a pushover. Be worthy. You can be submissive to something or someone, just not at the cost of your well-being. Okay? So you can be submissive. You can be helpful. But when I say being a pushover, when you're being a pushover, that is not conducive to your mental, spiritual, physical, or emotional well-being. So that's when you know that maybe you need to redirect, how you're being of service. Cut the habit of jealousy. You can admire what someone has, but do not be envious to the lifestyle or the gifts the Most High bestows on another, because you have your own gifts, your own lifestyle that was ordained to and for you. So maybe you need to sharpen your tools for advancement of some sort. Get creative. So if we are busy looking at what someone else has or what someone else embodies, that means that we're taking time away from what we have and what we need to be embodying and our path and our purpose. So we need to redirect that jealousy, envious energy into creativity, into inspiration. Anger. Whew. Anger. This one right here is a beast that even I struggle with. Anger has a foundation. We nourish anger unbeknownst to us. Anytime we repress, anytime we avoid, or anytime we stay quiet, these may be learned behaviors from a child growing up and being unheard because we are a child that needed to stay in a child's place. That was the go-to, stay in a child's place when you were voicing your opinion or something, or when you were expressing something, or you being disrespectful because, the adult doesn't like that the child has this communicative way of expressing themselves and they don't really want to hear the honest truth. So it was better to manipulate the situation, stay in your place, you're being disrespectful, you're talking out of terms. These are ways that anger has been nourished and planted and seeded and grown. Or maybe you were an adult whose throat chakra is not activated and you have not learned what effective communication looks like. Or maybe you just been through so much and anger has been your protective shield to combat life. Maybe you have been through so much in life that you've used anger to combat or to overcome your obstacles and struggles. But it is time to surrender to the Most High. You can support yourself through liberation, to know your strength and use that strength in a positive way to stand up for yourself and what you know is right. It should not be displayed as anger, but as worthiness. It should not be displayed as anger, but as worthiness. If you know that you deserve more, if you know that you want more, if you know that God or the Most High has more in store for you, it should be displayed as worthiness, not anger. Being judgmental. Being judgmental. It happens to the best of us. Somehow we all go through this life and we make our own choices and decisions because, yes, we were given free will by the Most High. But along the way, the centuries, the decades, people have stepped into the way of thinking they are holier than thou. Yes, I said it. They are holier than thou. They are holier than their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their brothers, because of the choices and decisions that they have made with the same free will we were given. But you, me, or them may disagree with how they chose. You hear the words chose or decided, because we've been given choices and decisions to be made. So you have chose or decided to live, to be, to act, to display, or to do. But we have not one bit of rights to do so. We have not one bit of right to tell anyone how to be, how to live, how to act. We are all alchemists. We are all alchemists, and what we sow, what we create, what we establish is a part of our own movie. Going back to the movie. We have the right to produce a drama. We have a right to produce a comedy. We have a right to produce a horror. We have a right to produce a sci-fi. We have a right to produce a romance, a cartoon, an action, or a crime movie. So let them shine, and you shine how you choose to. If the type of movie they chose to create harms themselves or you can release and pray for their wellness. But if the movie they create is just not the genre you're into, but you can find it in your heart to love and support them through it, be of service. Be of service. So we can transmute the judgmental energy into being of service. Last but certainly not least, surrender to your free will. Now, this is a positive way to combat shame. The Most High gave you free will and already knows the paths you will choose to take, and still loves you. So whom are you displaying or wallowing in shame for? Yes, that's correct. Yourself. We have this idea in our mind that when we're displaying shame or guilt, that it's because we're worried about other people judging us. Listen, if we make those choices and decisions and we're not worried about the Most High judging us, who are these regular friends and foes walking the earth that we're ashamed of? No, we are ashamed of within ourselves. That is eating at our internal selves. So you made the decision or the choices that got you feeling guilty. Grieve the wrong choice you made and give birth to another choice that will bring you joy and ease. Be of service to yourself, and you will be of service to others. I hope this message resonated with you. Take what is for you and leave what is not behind. The crystals that I will share with you to combat these energies: tourmaline quartz, if you're in need of a spiritual cleanse of the crown chakra; topaz, anyone working overtime to combat entities or enemies; rhodochrosite, which is spelled RHODOCHROSITE, anyone struggling with grief of a major loss, such as a relationship, a job, or outdated beliefs or habits. And I will leave you with this message from Rumi. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. You know something deep in your bones. It doesn't have to make sense. It may be joy, Or it may be the realization that a deep inner pain is to be released now so that joy may arise. It may be that something is going to work out beautifully despite appearance to the contrary. It may be that you are meant to take a certain path. You just know. I love you. Happy new moon in Virgo. Celebrate yourself, celebrate the others, ground yourself, and be of service. Peace.